How are you? Hope you're good. I'm pre-filming this, but on the day that I'm releasing this, it's my birthday! Yay! I'm turning the age of like proper adult, I feel. I ain't ready for this shit. So at this specific moment, I am probably sitting watching Harry Potter and the Cursed Child play, so my life probably can't be any better. I really do hope that you're having a wonderful day, and since it is Sunday and it is my upload day, and so it happens that it is my 25th birthday, I'm trying to keep my hyperventilating to a minimum here. I thought it would be fun to do a 25 bookish facts about me video because, you know, 25, and yeah, that's the logic behind this. So I hope you're gonna enjoy this video and let's get going. Number one is very obvious, and that's English is not my first language. And I only started reading in English when I was around 19 years old. Fact number two is that after I did start reading in English, I stopped reading in any other languages. It's like I can't go back now. Number three is the fact that I have read the entirety of Harry Potter series for definitely more than 10 times. I would say maybe around 15, but I really can't be sure because when I was a kid and I was reading it, and when I was a teenager and I was still reading it, that was basically all I read. I just kept rereading it because, yeah, I just did that. I don't know why. Number four is that I cannot read in a moving vehicle unless it is a train. For some reason, it's okay most of the time to read in trains, but any other moving vehicle, plane, car, bus, I cannot read or I will vom. Very unfortunate because I know that's where a lot of people do a lot of their reading, and yeah, I just can't. Number five is that when I was a teenager, I used to write poetry and I thought my poetry was the shit. And now I deeply repress that and I try not to ever think about it because I can guarantee you it wasn't the shit, it was just shit. Number six is the way dialogue is separated in English language still gets on my nerves. I'll show you what I mean on the screen here. So this is how it is in English, although I'm sure everyone knows. And this is how it is in Lithuanian. One thing though, I just went to the opera the other day and the subtitles for the opera were, the dialogue was separated in the Lithuanian sort of way. So I'm like, no, really confused. Why is it not like that in the books? I just find it so much easier to read, and you also, it's just because it's so much more spacious and clearer and you know who's saying what. Not that I don't know in this one, but it gets on my nerves because I don't prepare it. I really don't. Number seven is that my absolute weakness when it comes to the books are colored pages, stuff like this. I can't. If I see something like that, I have to have it. There's just nothing around it. I just have to have it. My bank is not amused. Number eight is that I do not like the standard size of the bookmarks. By that I mean, you know, just the normal long bookmarks. I think it's because for the longest time I've been using a playing card as my bookmark, so now everything that size or smaller is okay, but anything bigger is a bit eh. But I use anything as a bookmark, by the way, like anything. Mostly it's the public transfer tickets. You know, like train tickets is the perfect size. But I do like the magnetic ones that have, you know, the artwork because they don't rip the page, but they hold on and they don't fall out. I just like them. I think they might be my favorite type, which is funny because they only have two. Number nine is that my best reading time, or the time of the day that I am very much into reading mode, is mornings. And I'm not speaking like early mornings. I cannot function during that time. But I'm speaking, you know, 9 to 11. That's my like optimal reading time, which also sort of explains why I don't read that much, because I work and I have to be at work, not reading during that time. So yeah, it's sad. And during the weekends, I film or take photos because I need the light. Number 10 is that a lot of people say that books are their escape and books are one of the main coping mechanisms for them to de-stress, and when they're really anxious, they grab a book and read it. I cannot do that. If I am very stressed and if I'm very anxious and I'm like close to a panic attack or just really frustrated about something, I cannot read. That frustrates me even more. I cannot focus and I just start thinking about stuff and I can't read. So books are no help to me in that department, which is a bit of a weird thing because mostly it is to people. Number 11 is that I do not like red covers. I don't like red covers. Number 12 is that I like big books. I cannot lie. I had to. Because reading sometimes is an effort to me, I like to be invested in the story, and if the story is gonna be like 100 pages, or even shorter, and then it's gonna end, and just as I get into the story it's gonna end. Like, what the hell is the point? I really like big books or series because I feel like I need to be in there to appreciate it, because the first 100 pages usually for me are like because I don't really care that much, you know. That is also the reason why I don't read short stories. I never, like, I understand the appeal, but it's not for me, and I don't read them. Number 14 is that I am yet to cry from a book. I have never cried over a book, which is weird. Number 15, I am extremely into cruel settings, gruesome scenes, blood and gore sort of stuff, like Game of Thrones type of things, you know, when no one is safe and all the characters can die and do die. That is mushes. But that being said, it's really weird because I cannot read or watch horror stuff because I am a huge chicken, and I obviously, as most of you, have like a really active imagination, and I cannot see or watch. I just can't. I don't understand why people voluntarily want to be scared. I don't. I'm scared most of the time. I don't want that. Number 16, that I sincerely believe that I ought to be Hermione, and when Emma Watson was cast to play Hermione in the movies, I legitimately low-key resented her for that for years. It's the most ridiculous thing in the world. Number 17 is that I really want more books to be made into video games, and I don't understand why is this not a thing. Like, it needs to happen. It's all out there. Why don't you? I need it. Number 18 is no news for you guys if you've seen any of my stuff or if you know me at all, is that I'm a huge trash for Harry Potter. I know Harry Potter stuff and the merchandise for Harry Potter, that is just very overpriced, by the way, is sort of frowned upon when you're trying to be an adult. But Harry Potter stands for my childhood, and it just reminds me of that carefree time and just everything that's good in my childhood, and just gives me the warm fuzzies, and I am not willing to let that go, and I don't feel like I should. But yeah, I understand that I have slight problem with Harry Potter, but I'm not sorry that I do. Speaking about not being sorry for things, number 19 is that I am not ashamed whatsoever for not reading as much as other people do. Sometimes I'm not gonna read for the whole month, and that's okay with me because it's a hobby. I am also not ashamed for judging books by their covers, because it's part of publishing and it's just how it works. And I'm also not ashamed of buying more books per month that I can read in a month. I like having books on my shelf that are not read yet. I had some months that were really tight for my wallet, and it's always good to know that if that time comes again, I'm gonna have plenty either way, and I want to have them in my house, and I explained this on Instagram. And the reason that I buy books and mostly don't go to the library, because if I invest in the book and the world, I want to have it on my shelf, not because it looks pretty, but because every time I glance at it, I remember it, and it brings so many feelings and so many emotions, and I just remember the world, and I like it to be there for me, for emotional support, okay? It's a win-win situation. You support the author, you support the publishing, and you have a book. Number 20 is that I am, though, very guilty for being very easily swayed by YouTube and Instagram for wanting and buying books. Number 21 is that I might have to stop tabbing books because my cats, sneaky little shits that they are, pull them out when I don't see them. So sometimes I'm not aware that a lot of the tabs are missing, but I've seen them sometimes do it, and they just think it's a toy, maybe. I don't know, it must be just fun to just like bite it and pull it, and they just do that. So I might have to try another system. Number 22 is that I am 100% a mood reader, which means that at a given time I might be reading from 0 to like a 10 books, and one of them might be back from 2002, I don't know, that I just didn't feel like reading once I started. I just have to have all the options for me, and sometimes I will read one book at a time, but most of the time I have like a few things going because you just never know what you're gonna feel like. Number 23 is that I seriously dread moving, and I know we will have to, but like, how the hell will I move all my books? Number 24 is my absolute perfect place to read is in a hammock. That's what I used to do as a child sometimes if I could, and it's just the best thing ever because there's sun and you're swaying and you're surrounded by trees, because I used to do it in the forest, and it's just there's nothing better, and it's so comfortable, and Oh my god. And my dog used to jump into the hammock with me, and it was just the best time I've ever had in my life. And lastly, number 25 is that I have never ever been into a book signing or any like proper book event. That might change very soon because on August 1st, Victoria Schwab is gonna be in Edinburgh, so I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to go and see her. So that's exciting. Anyway, so those are the 25 bookish facts about me. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know a random fact about you and your reading habits or your bookish feels down in the comments down below. I really look forward to reading those. And yeah, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you want to see more. I upload every Wednesday and Sunday and sometimes in between. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you have a wonderful time, and I will see you very soon. Bye!